So, Chapter 10, Terrain. Master Sun says, terrain can be accessible, compromised, level, confined, high, remote. If we can set up, but he can still approach, it is accessible. With the accessible form, first take a high position in the sun. This benefits your materiel during battle and brings an advantage. If we can enter but retreat is difficult, this is compromised. With compromised form, it may be possible to make a surprise attack against an unprepared enemy, and so gain victory. However, if the enemy seems prepared and your attack is unsuccessful, retreat is difficult and you will be at a disadvantage. If we approach with no advantage, but our enemy also approaches with no advantages, this is level. With the level form, even if we have the edge on the enemy, we do not approach. Instead, we withdraw to lure him out. When half the enemy have approached, we strike, thus gaining better advantage. With the confined form, if we are first on the scene, we should certainly dig in and await the enemy. If the enemy seems to have dug in first, do not attack. If he has not dug in, attack. With a high form, if we are first on the scene, be sure to take a high, sunny position and await the enemy. If the enemy seems to have arrived first, lure him down by pulling back, but do not advance. With the remote form, assuming neither of you has the upper hand, it is difficult to begin battle. Battle itself does not bring advantage. Such are the 6 approaches to terrain. It is a general's duty not to ignore them. The troops may be prone to desertion, insubordination, subversion, disorder, chaos, or rout. These 6 conditions are not natural occurrences, but the result of a general's failures. All things being equal, if attacking a force 10 times your size, you invite desertion. If the men are strong but the officers weak, you invite insubordination. If officers are strong but the men are weak, you invite subversion. If senior officers are angry and disobedient and preemptively make personal sallies against the enemy, the general will be unsure in his commands and there will be disorder. If a general is weak and undisciplined and does not make his commands clear, then the officers and troops will be unreliable and the ranks slow to form up. You invite chaos. And if a general is unable to assess his enemy, ordering a small force against a multitude or weak forces against the strong, without the best men in the front line, there will be a rout. Such are the 6 approaches to defeat. It is a general's duty not to ignore them. Terrain should be the ally of an army. Assess your enemy to manage victory. Evaluate choke points and level ground, far and near. That is the manner of a general at the front. Know this in battle, and victory is certain. Ignore this in battle, and defeat is certain. And so, when victory is certain, but the Lord orders you to stand down, make battle unavoidable. When the approach favors defeat, but the Lord orders you into battle, make battle impossible. And so, do not march in search of fame. Do not retreat in fear of dishonor. But keep your men safe and bring the best advantage to your superiors, that you may be a treasure to your nation. See your men as infant children, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. See your men as beloved sons, and they will follow you to the death. But if a general is kind yet undisciplined, or loving but unclear with orders, unable to shake off his own confusion, then the knights will be as spoiled sons, impossible to employ. If we know our soldiers' capabilities, but not the enemy's invulnerability, we will win only half the battles. If we know the enemy's vulnerability, but not our soldiers' weak spots, we will win only half the battles. If we know our soldiers' capabilities and we also know the enemy's vulnerability, but do not realize the terrain does not favor battle, we will win only half the battles. When the wise warrior moves, he is never at a loss. He strikes without doubts. And so it is said, know the enemy and know yourself. Win without danger. Know earth and know heaven, and you shall win every time.